gap isn't opportunities, it's skills. The jobs are real, the pay is real, but most people don't know how to position themselves. And that's why we are here today. Remote jobs are simply roles you can do without being physically present in a company's office. With internet and the right tools, you can work for a company in California while sitting in Nairobi, Accra, or Port Harcourt. If my English isn't perfect, I can't get a remote job. Yes, English is important in international roles, but you don't need to sound like a native speaker. You don't need flawless grammar. What matters most is clear communication and results. Do you believe remote jobs are only for tech experts or people with foreign passports or those with connections? Well, let me shock you. Those are myths. And today, I'm going to break them one by one. By the end of this video, you'll know exactly what remote jobs are, what they are not, and how Africans just like you are building life-changing careers online. Stick with me because this might just be the turning point you've been waiting for. I remember the first time Ken heard someone say they were earning in US dollars from the comfort of their home in Lagos. Honestly, it felt like a scam. He was still teaching then. The idea that you could earn in 1 month what used to take him a whole year sounded like a fantasy. But he didn't stop there. He dug deeper. And what he found was eye-opening. The opportunities were real. People across Africa, students, parents, even those without university degrees, were landing remote jobs with international companies. At first, he thought it was about connections, but when he stepped into hiring roles himself, interviewing candidates for companies in the US, he realized something. The gap isn't opportunities, it's skills. The jobs are real, the pay is real, but most people don't know how to position themselves. And that's why we are here today, to separate myth from truth. And today, to show you the exact path others have taken to succeed. And so today, we'll be talking about 5 keys to breaking into remote jobs. We'll break it down into 5 lessons. 1. What remote jobs are and what they are not. 2. Common myths that stop beginners. 3. Why skills matter more than connections. 4. The truth about pay rates and global opportunities. And 5. Real stories of Africans who made it happen. Lesson 1. First things first, what exactly are remote jobs? Remote jobs are simply roles you can do without being physically present in a company's office. With internet and the right tools, you can work for a company in California while sitting in Nairobi, Accra, or Port Harcourt. At the most basic level, a remote job is just like a regular job. You work for a company, you have responsibilities, you meet deadlines, but the difference is location. Instead of going into any physical office every day, you do your work online. Remote jobs can be full-time roles, part-time positions, or even freelance projects. Companies hire remotely because it saves them from office costs and allow them to hire the best talent globally, and also make work more flexible for employees. Let's break this down into categories so it's very easy to understand. Technology and IT jobs. These are the most popular. They include software development, web development, cybersecurity, IT support, and data analysis. Creative jobs like graphic design, video editing, animation, copywriting, and content creation. Marketing jobs like social media management, digital advertising, SEO, and content marketing. Business support jobs like virtual assistants, project management, bookkeeping, HR support, and customer service. Education jobs like online tutoring, course creation, language teaching, and training. And then specialized fields like healthcare consulting, financial analysis, research, translation, and legal work. So when we say remote jobs, we are not talking about a handful of roles. We are talking about a wide range of opportunities across different industries. If the work can be done on a computer, then there's a good chance someone is hiring for it remotely. What remote jobs are not? There's a lot of confusion and misinformation about remote work. Well, let's clear that up. Remote jobs are not scams where you pay to be hired. If someone asks you to send money before giving you a job, that's not remote work. That's fraud. Remote jobs are not get-rich-quick schemes. Remote work is not about making easy money with little effort. Like any job, it requires skills, time, and results. Remote jobs are not low-effort tasks like clicking ads or filing surveys. While those exist, they are not real jobs. They are short, low-paying tasks with no career growth. Remote jobs are not less professional than office jobs. Remote roles are just as serious as office roles. You'll attend meetings, submit reports, collaborate with teams, and get evaluated based on your performance. The truth is, remote jobs follows the same professional standards as traditional jobs. You still need to apply, get interviewed, demonstrate your skills, and meet company goals. Understanding what remote jobs are not is important because it saves you from wasting time chasing fake opportunities. Now you might be wondering, why would a company in the US, Europe, or Asia hire remotely? Now here's what remote jobs are not. They are not all about coding or tech. Remote roles include sales, customer support, project management, design, and more. They are not scams. Yes, scams exist online, but legitimate companies worldwide are hiring. They are not charity. You'll be paid for skills and results, not just for showing up. Think of it this way. The internet removed borders from the job market. Companies don't care where you live. They care whether you can deliver. Lesson 2. You see, remote jobs are real opportunities, but a lot of beginners never even apply. They never build their skills, and they are never ready to take the first step because they've believed the wrong information. And so in this lesson, I'm going to break down the 5 most common myths about remote jobs that stop beginners from moving forward. And more importantly, I'll show you the truth behind each one. Let's get into it. Myth 1. You need connections abroad. One of the biggest lies beginners believe is this: I can only get a remote job if I know someone abroad. That is simply not true. Remote companies care about your skills and not your family network. They don't care who your uncle is or whether you studied overseas. They care about whether you can solve their problem. Yes, referrals can sometimes help, but the reality is that most people get hired by applying through online job boards, freelancing platforms, or directly to company websites. The truth is, remote work is a level playing field. Your skills, portfolio, and consistency matters far more than who you know. Myth 2. Remote jobs are only for tech experts. Another common myth is that remote jobs are only for programmers, software engineers, or people with advanced tech skills. That's not true. Remote opportunities exist in many fields: customer service support, telemarketing, code mailing, virtual assistant, data entry. Yes, tech roles like coding are popular, but they are not the only ones. If you can work on a computer and provide value, the chances are there's a remote role out there for you. The truth is, remote jobs are diverse. Don't limit yourself by thinking you must be in tech to qualify. Myth 3. Remote jobs don't pay well. A lot of beginners hesitate because they think remote jobs only pay peanuts. But here's the reality. Pay depends on your skill level, your role, and the company. Entry-level jobs might start small, yes. For example, customer service roles or virtual assistants can pay between $3 to $8 per hour. But as your skill grows, your pay grows too. Skilled professionals in design, marketing, consulting, or programming can make $15, $30, or even $100 an hour, depending on their expertise. And here's the big point. Many remote jobs pay in stronger currencies like dollars or euros. That means even modest pay can go a long way in your local economy. But the truth is, remote jobs can pay well, but growth depends on the value you bring. Myth 4. Remote jobs are unstable. Another fear is remote jobs are not stable. They are just temporary gigs. This isn't always true. Yes, freelancing can sometimes mean short-term contract, but many remote jobs are long-term or even full-time roles. Companies hire remote workers for years, just like traditional employees. It all depends on what kind of opportunity you pursue. If you want stability, you can look for full-time remote positions. And if you want flexibility, you can choose short-term freelance project. The truth is, remote jobs can be as stable or as flexible as you want them to be. It's about choosing the right opportunities. Myth 5. You need perfect English. The last myth we will cover today is this: if my English isn't perfect, I can't get a remote job. Yes, English is important in international roles, but you don't need to sound like a native speaker. You don't need flawless grammar. What matters most is clear communication and results. Many successful remote workers have accents, imperfect grammar, or limited vocabulary, but they deliver excellent results, and that's what companies value. The truth is, good enough English to communicate is all you need, but focus on building your skills and confidence and not perfection. Lesson 3. This is the biggest truth. In remote work, your skills open doors, not your uncle's phone call. If you can do lead generation, sales, customer support, or project management, companies don't care if you've never been abroad or if you are new to the field. Take this in. I've interviewed nearly 100 candidates for remote roles. Guess what made the difference? Not a fancy degree, not a family connection, but who could prove that they had the skills to get the job done. The internet leveled the playing field. Competence beats connections every single time. Now, in many traditional job markets, who you know can open doors. Sometimes it's about your uncle, your family background, or the network you were born into. But in remote work, things are different. Companies don't care about your connections. They care about your ability to solve problems. By the end of this video, you will understand exactly why skills are more powerful than connections and how you can start positioning yourself for remote opportunities no matter your background. The old system versus the new system. Let's start by comparing the old system to the new system. In traditional environments, connections often carry weight. Someone might get a job interview because of a family member. Someone else might get promoted because of who they know socially and not because they are the most skilled. But remote companies operate differently. Why? They are often hiring globally, not locally. They don't know your family, your political leaders, or your social circles. They have one priority: finding someone who can do the job and deliver results. This shift creates a level playing field. A student in Lagos, a designer in Nairobi, or a teacher in Accra can compete with anyone in the world if their skills are strong enough. Skills as the new currency. In remote work, skills are currency. They are the proof of your value. Think about it this way. A company doesn't hire a virtual assistant because they know someone's uncle. They hire them because they can organize schedules and manage communication effectively. A business doesn't hire a marketer because of family ties. They hire them because they can attract customers and grow revenue. A startup doesn't hire a developer because of connections. They hire them because they can build and maintain the software that drives the business. Skills are measurable. They can be tested, demonstrated, and proven. And that's why in remote work, skills win every single time. How skills give you confidence. Beyond just landing jobs, skills also give you confidence. When you know you can write high quality content, design professional graphics, manage projects, or code applications, you approach opportunities differently. You stop begging for favors and start applying boldly. Confidence comes from competence, and competence comes from practice and learning. Connections may get you a meeting, but they can't help you deliver once the work starts. Skills, on the other hand, allow you to stand tall and know you belong in the global workforce. Skills create independence. Here's another reason skills matters more than connections. They create independence. If you rely only on who you know, your opportunities are limited to the size of your network. But when you rely on skills, the opportunities are unlimited. You can apply to companies across the world, pitch clients directly, or even create your own income streams. With skills, you are not waiting for someone to connect you. You can go out and create your own path, and that's the freedom remote work provides. Lesson 4. Let's talk money. In the US, minimum wage is around $7.25 per hour. A sales rep in California might earn over $7,000 per month. That same budget can pay multiple skilled professionals in Africa, and that's why companies are open to hiring abroad. It saves them money and gives you access to higher pay than local jobs. Entry-level roles often start at $400 to $700 per month, but with experience, you can move up to $1,200 per month or more. And when you step into management or top-rated companies, your earnings can grow even further. There's a lot of confusion around this. Some people believe remote jobs pay very little, while others think you will instantly become rich if you land one. The truth is somewhere in between, and in this video, we are going to break it down. We'll cover what pay rates for remote jobs really look like, why pay varies depending on skills and roles, how opportunities abroad compare to local ones, and how to position yourself to earn better as you grow. Why pay rates are different. Let's start with this. Not all remote jobs pay the same. The pay you receive depends on several factors. Your skills. A virtual assistant and a software engineer won't earn the same. Your experience level. Beginners often start lower but grow with time. The company. A startup in a developing country may not pay the same as a US or a European company. The role type. Short-term freelance gigs may pay differently than long-term full-time positions. That is why you hear so many different stories. One person says remote jobs don't pay well, while another says I make thousands of dollars every month. They are both telling the truth from their own experience. Entry-level pay. For beginners, pay is usually modest. Entry-level roles like data entry, customer service, or virtual assistant often start around $3 to $8 per hour. That might sound small, but remember, if you live in a country with weaker currency, even $4 an hour can be life-changing. These jobs are stepping stones, not the final destination. The key here is not to stay stuck at the entry level forever. Treat these roles as a learning ground. Build your portfolio and move up to higher paying opportunities. Skilled roles. As you grow your skills, pay increases significantly. Writers and content creators can earn anywhere from $10 to $40 per hour, depending on their expertise. Designers and video editors can charge $15 to $50 per hour. Digital marketers, SEO, art management, and social media can earn $20 to $100 per hour if they can deliver results. Developers and tech specialists often earn the highest, from $30 per hour up to $150 per hour for advanced roles. This shows a simple truth. The more specialized and valuable your skill, the higher your earning potential abroad. Opportunities abroad versus local. Here's another big point. Remote opportunities abroad usually pay in stronger currencies. For example, $10 in the US may not seem like much, but in many African, Asian, or Latin American countries, that's far above local hourly pay. A full-time role paying $15 per month remotely may feel average in Europe, but it could be double or triple a good local salary elsewhere. That is why remote jobs are so attractive. They allow you to tap into the global economy, not just your local market. How to position yourself. Now the question becomes, how do you move from modest pay to better opportunities abroad? Here are 3 steps. Invest in high demand skills. The global market rewards problem solvers. Learn skills in design, tech, marketing, writing, or management. Show proof of work. Build a portfolio, even if it starts with a volunteer project or personal practice. Clients and companies pay for results they can see. Aim higher as you grow. Don't stay at the same pay forever. After each project, improve your skills, increase your rates, and apply for higher level roles. Remember, remote pay is not fixed. It grows as you grow. It is not overnight riches. It is a journey. You learn, you gain experience, you grow into higher paying roles, but compared to what most local job pays, the difference is life-changing. Lesson 5. Let me share some inspiring stories. A young graduate in Nigeria started with customer support roles at $500 per month. In less than a year, he transitioned into sales and now earns over $1,200 per month, completely remote. A mother in Kenya with no tech background took online training, mastered lead generation, and landed a US startup role. Today, she supports her family comfortably. A Ghanaian student, while still in school, began freelancing online, building his skills. Now, before even graduating, he works remotely for a European company. These aren't fairy tales. They are real people who choose to invest in skills, apply consistently, and break into the global job market. So, what's stopping you? You've seen the myths shattered, you've seen the truth about skills and pay, and you've heard real stories from Africans making it happen. If you're ready to step into the remote job revolution, start by learning, practicing, and applying consistently. And hey, don't keep this to yourself. Like this video, subscribe to the channel, and share it with a friend who needs this message. Together, we can change the narrative. This is your time. Let's make it happen.